This is dramatic improv, and we use this very specifically to work on an objective, creating a spine for your character, working moment to moment, and strong emotional preparation. Okay? So this is very different from anybody who does comedy improv, because we are doing it to get our characters to come to life. We are not doing it to make the audience laugh. All right? So I'm going to walk you through the process on how we do it. I'm going to set up an improv. I'm going to give the actors information. I'm going to let them do a preparation for us, what I call a public preparation, and then we're going to see it. All right? So let me explain to you. In the improv, I'm going to give people information. I'm going to give them their relationship. I'm going to give them some information that is called common information, which is information that they both know. And then I'm going to talk to them separately and give them private information. That private information is information that the other person may or may not know. All right? So that they can then, from that information, create their world and create their life. Then they will prepare for us, and then we will let it go. All right? So let's have Dolores and Ani come on up here, please, and just have a seat, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to give a lot of information, so just kind of sit tight and let it soak in. All right? Dolores has a boyfriend named Bob who works at an advertising agency, and she's been living with Bob for 2 years. Ani got a job as a temp at the agency. Shortly after she got her job, Ani started having an affair with Bob. After having this affair for a month, Bob told Dolores that he was having an affair with Ani and fell in love with her and is moving out and is moving in with Ani. This happened about a month ago. So for the last month, Ani has been living with Dolores' ex, Bob, and Dolores has been living alone. Everybody with me? Today, Dolores called Ani and said, Ani, this may sound awkward, but I think when Bob moved out of my apartment, he took something that belonged to me that is very personal to me, a book. Would you look and see if you can find this book? Can I see it, please? Just hold it up. Soul Currency is the name of it, and it's kind of personal to me, and I'm just wondering if you see if it's there. And Ani looked and said, oh, here it is on the bookshelf. Well, it's mine. It's kind of personal to me. I'd like to come over and get it. Is that okay? And Ani said, well, Bob's working all day, but if you want to come over at 3 o'clock, come on over at 3 and I'll give you the book. And Dolores said, I'll be there at 3. Are there any questions on this, ladies? Enough specifics? Audience, are you all with me? Excellent. So, Ani, I want you to step around so you can't hear us while I give Dolores a little bit of information. Okay. Cover your ears if you can hear us. This book is extremely important to you. You gave it to Bob while you were dating to read because it says something about you and life, and he took it with him when he moved. And you just realized it when you were looking through your things that it's been missing, and you found out that he has it. So this needs to be really personal to you and why you gave it to him. Okay? You can think about that. Step outside that way, please. Ani, come on back. Ani, she called you this morning. You told her this information. Come and get the book. And at noon today, Bob called you up like he usually does. Hello, sweetheart, I love you, and this and that. And you said, by the way, Dolores is coming over to get this book. She called and she said she was going to get this book. And so I told her to come over. And he said, don't you dare give her that book. It's mine. I got to go. Got to go to a meeting. And he hung up. Got it? Good. So you can go back outside there. So the actors have their information, they have specifics, they got to make choices. They got to know how they feel. How do they feel about the situation they're in? How do they feel about the other parties? What is their relationship to all these things? That's what we've been talking about all these sessions, right? And now we're going to add an objective, like what do you want? What does she want? What do they want? And I break that up into two issues. How do you want that person to feel? And what do you want that person to do? Because just what you want isn't enough. All right? So now we're going to go to what I call a public preparation process, where I'm going to call each actor in alone. I'm going to ask them questions to help anchor them in their preparation, one at a time. And then Dolores will knock on the door.